Colby Covington's ruthless attack to LeBron James over a national anthem blunder. The MAGA UFC fighter has done it again. He now goes on the attack against LeBron James. What's up, everybody? Thanks for clicking this video. Thanks for tuning into my channel. My name's Simon Hill, Black American from Louisiana, filming this video on December 17th, 2023, out here in Budapest, Hungary. If you're new here, this is the realest, rawest, blackest YouTube channel out here where we keep it intellectual, we read text, we interact with text, and we give our informed opinion about the text, not just the headlines. Now, usually I don't cover sports on my channel, but my longtime subscriber and supporter Craig Mack sent this story my way, so I will be giving my take on it. This was published on December 14th, 2023 for Marca.com. Ever since Colby Covington decided to take on a new persona in the UFC world, he made it his mission to become as MAGA-loving American as possible. His plan is to become the image of so many Americans who identify with those ideas and that way of life. As such, he naturally developed enemies who oppose those ideas in not just the UFC, but across all sports as well. One of these enemies is LeBron James. The NBA legend has been attacked by Covington more than once. Leading up to UFC 296, the welterweight challenger who is about to get his title shot against Leon Edwards was asked about a video that is making the rounds online. We will show the video later. The video in question is LeBron James entering the arena where USC is about to play while the United States national anthem is playing. Instead of standing up for the anthem, James is spotted sitting down and allegedly not paying respect to the anthem. But this is standard procedure for LeBron James. He enters any event during the anthem in order to cause as little stir as possible. However, a reporter asked Colby what he thinks about it in order to get a typical reaction from him. Covington did not disappoint by saying, "If you hate America so much and you don't like this country that gave you $1 billion, leave it. Or come deal with me. Go to China. Go to these sweatshops that you employ all these laborers and use these women and pay them pennies on the dollar to make your millions. F you, LeBron James, you're a coward, you're a spineless coward, and you're a B." Okay, so there's an actual very interesting class analysis here, capitalistic critique of LeBron James from Colby Covington, though I know that's not where he's coming from with it. Of course, this is based in his MAGA-ness and that sort of stuff. I'm going to play the video right here so you can see what it's actually like, and the audio will be here. So let's go. All right, and that's it. I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I won't play the rest of it, but you get what I'm saying. So it does not look like he is trying to be disrespectful to the flag or to the anthem or to America or anything like that. All LeBron James is doing is trying to make people pay attention to the anthem, pay attention to the game. He doesn't want to cause a stir by walking in and having people pay attention to him. And regardless of whether that is his intention or not, it is every American's right to do as they wish in America while the anthem is playing, while the Pledge of Allegiance is being said, while anything. This is our right as Americans. So Colby is coming from the place of saying that, you know, everybody should follow exactly the way I live. That is not the American way. The American way is having freedom, the ability to choose, the ability to make your own decisions on how you interact with nationalism, patriotism, and those sorts of identities. Let's continue here. Going to jump back in. So this is the quote of the tweet where he's talking more about it. I have it right here, and you can screenshot this. All the links will be in the description of this video. Let's continue here. So Donald Trump will put the belt on Covington if he wins. During that same press conference, Covington also revealed former President Donald Trump will be at the event and will put the belt on Colby if he defeats Leon Edwards during their fight. This was an express request from the fighter to Dana White, who had a close relationship with the former president. If his intention is to make a long-lasting impression ahead of this fight, Colby Covington got what he wanted with his attack on LeBron James and his admission of former President Donald Trump. It is highly unlikely James will respond to this, although we'll stay vigilant in case he does. Now, yeah, I find it interesting that Colby Covington wants to diss LeBron James for having women working in sweatshops in China to make his sneakers or merchandise, yet and still he hangs out with a convicted rapist, which is Donald Trump, And also Dana White, a man we saw on video, I believe earlier this year, smacking his wife up and down. If you really want to defend women's rights or say that you want to stand with people who are good patriots and good Americans, would you hang out with a convicted rapist, somebody who does not respect the Constitution, women's rights, minority rights, anything like that, a known racist and white supremacist like Donald Trump, and a wife beater like Dana White? Yet and still, you have a problem with LeBron James exercising his right as an American to sit his ass down while he watches his son play a basketball game in college. Boy, if you don't have several seats. That's the end of this article. But Colby Covington stays on it. See, the problem with boxers, man, the problem with boxers is that they always have to promote a fight and promote an image. This is what Mayweather had to do, Tyson had to do, Muhammad Ali had to do. This is the problem. This is the problem when you're playing a solo sport like boxing, man. You have to get people's attention by any means necessary. And unfortunately, trolling like this, trolling like this is what they do just to get people like me to talk about them. And I'm playing into it. I realize that I'm playing into what they want us to do. Hype up their fights, hype up their names, and that sort of stuff. I don't want to give attention to this, but I do believe this story is important to talk about patriotism, the laws of our nation, and that sort of stuff. Let's get into this last article here. Colby Covington doubles down against LeBron James. I'll give him the biggest wedgie. Yeah, right. I'm pretty sure, Colby Covington, you're a professional fighter, but I'm pretty sure LeBron could handle that ass. Anyway, Colby Covington also mentioned what happened the last time they ran into each other. Why do they get these writers who make such glaring typos? Ran into each other? Is that a new word? Is this what the kids are doing nowadays? Anyway, here's a picture. Let's go here. This article was published the following day on December 15th. In his attempt to keep promoting his all-American lifestyle, Colby Covington keeps going after LeBron James in a one-sided feud that may or may not result in more drama in the future. The Nelk boys had the UFC welterweight on their Full Send podcast show ahead of the UFC 296 event. They asked him directly about his feud against LeBron James. Colby doubled down on his attacks by calling LeBron a communist and urging him to leave the country. I love how they throw around the word communist as if it's a slur. I'll proudly take the label communist. But LeBron James is the furthest thing from a communist. He's a capitalist. He's a man who's out here to make as much money as he can for himself and his family. And that's his right. That's his right as an American, as a person in this world. Do what's best for yourself and your family. But don't hurl the word communist around as if it's a slur, because say it to me and I'll smile. I'll say, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But things got a lot more interesting when the Nelk boys mentioned Colby will eventually run into LeBron James. That's when Covington got even more heated and revealed that already happened in the past. Let's jump ahead. Colby said that James had already thrashed him in the past and they ran into each other about 2 years ago in the Miami Design District. According to Covington, people who were part of LeBron James's entourage begged him to not cause any problems when they ran into each other. However, he vowed to slap James around the next time they see each other. What he literally said it. Who writes this stuff? These are the worst written articles. I swear to God, ChatGPT is making a lot of typos, or they're hiring, college interns just to knock out a bunch of text. What he literally said was, I'm going to give him this pass, but I promise you next time I see him, I will give him the biggest wedgie he's ever had. You are a effing communist piece of S. You hate this effing country, and this country gave you everything. Okay, all right, I'm gonna comment on that, don't worry. Naturally, LeBron James hasn't responded to any of this from Covington. He likely won't do it because he is probably being advised? Who writes this? To not even engage. Thus far, we've gotten total and complete radio silence from James. All he's done in recent days is promote his son Bronny's return to competitive basketball. James and his lawyers are definitely ready in case Covington crosses any type of line with his incendiary statements. Make no mistake about that. So I just want to talk about the physical threats Colby Covington said to LeBron James. That's not cool. We shouldn't threaten anybody physically. You might hear me on this channel threaten people physically or something like that in a live stream or something like that, but I'm mostly joking around, and I probably shouldn't do that, so I can check myself there. But for you to go on a very popular podcast and threaten another man's safety or physical well-being is not cool. But that's white privilege right there. A white man can get up there and say, when I see LeBron James, I'm gonna smack him around like the boy he is to me. But if LeBron James were to get on a podcast or an interview and say he was going to attack Colby Covington, they'd be calling him all sorts of thug, criminal, gangster, all sorts of slurs and stuff like that that they have against black men. That's absolutely not cool. And that shows what type of man Colby Covington is. Yes, he's made his millions and gained fame and notoriety by using his fists and his kicks and that sort of stuff. But if you can't handle a dispute about ideology with words, Colby Covington, you are showing that you are a lesser man, you are a less intelligent man and that sort of stuff. LeBron James is doing the right thing by ignoring your dumb, ignorant ass. Seriously, seriously. All right, I'm going to continue here. All right, that's the end of the article. So I'm just going to end with this commentary right here. Colby Covington is doing the standard trick or the standard talking points that white supremacists do and conservatives in America do. They question black Americans' patriotism to America by saying that we should be thankful that we are in America. America has given us so much. They took us from the jungles of Africa and worked us and made us into upstanding Americans and citizens, and we should be thankful that America brutalized our grandmothers, continues to oppress us, lock us out of economic opportunity and social mobility. We should be glad and thankful for that. It's stupid as hell. It's stupid as hell. We as black Americans have a unique perspective on America. We see America for what it really is, and we've been treated as a lower class of people and second class citizens for so long that even millionaires, billionaires like LeBron James still get the N-word spray painted on their garage doors. They still get called racial slurs while playing the game that they love to take care of their families. And they still get questioned about their patriotism when they don't follow the fascist ideology of guys like Colby Covington. Colby Covington, you're telling LeBron James he needs to leave America because he is practicing his American right to do or not do what Americans traditionally do during patriotic situations. For example, standing for the flag or putting your hand over your heart for the Pledge of Allegiance and that sort of stuff. That is his right as a citizen to stand or not stand, to sing along or not sing along, to put his hat on his head or his hat over his heart. That is his right. If you don't like that, you should leave America, Colby Covington. If you don't like that, you should go to a country like here in Hungary, where they lack the ability to speak freely and criticize the government. You should go to a place like Saudi Arabia, where everybody has to follow the same religion, same culture, and that sort of stuff. You should do that, Colby Covington. But in America, in the America that we know, everybody has the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression, the freedom to do as they please. And if you take offense to that, you're not an American, buddy. You're not an American. It's legal to burn the flag. It's legal to piss on the flag. It's legal to do all of that. LeBron James didn't break any laws. If it was unpatriotic to do it, they would have made it illegal. But it's not. It's not. We fought long and hard for our rights, for civil disobedience and freedom of expression. So you should respect that, Colby Covington. But I guess you won't do that because you hang out with a man who doesn't read books, didn't even read the Constitution, doesn't know anything about the forms of government, is a total fash, and you think that's your best buddy. Anyway, that's all I got to say about this topic. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more content. My name's Simon Hill. Peace.